So you're interested in having your Social Security direct deposited to your Philippine bank. Let's take a look at the details. Stick around. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a follow-up to my last video about receiving your Social Security while you're in the Philippines. And this is about having your Social Security direct deposited to a Philippine bank, if that's an option you would consider looking at. I just want to make sure you have all the details about it, because it may make the difference whether you decide one way or the other. Of course, the other way is that you have it sent to your U.S. bank, and you use a number of different methods to transfer your money over here. Both systems have their pros and cons. So you need the information in order to make it the best decision that you're comfortable with, because that's what it comes down to. Okay, but if you're considering this, here's basically how it all works. As in the case with me, I filed for my Social Security while I was here in the Philippines just a year and a half ago. And so I'm online, I'm on a phone interview with Social Security in Manila. And one of the items that you do when you set up is to what bank you're going to have it go to. Your bank in the U.S., you need to provide them with that information. If you want to use the bank here, then you tell them, what bank. I already knew what bank I wanted to go to, which is something you probably want to look at ahead of time. And anyway, they're going to send you a couple forms. Okay, the one form is the standard direct deposit form. They'll have the pre-printed address and information for that particular bank. Mine was BPI. So they had those items already filled in on it. And whatever bank you're going to use, they're going to have that in there. There's a certain list of banks that they do this with. Not every bank is, but you're probably going to want to go with some of the better banks. And my opinion is BPI is one of the best, and you'll hear that from a lot of people here. There are others. I won't go into it because I don't use those banks. But I can definitely say BPI is pretty good. Okay, so the other form they're going to send you is a endorsement letter, which authorizes that bank to set you up with this special account. And the reason this account is special is that, now hold on, don't jump up and run away. Let me give you all the details. You cannot have an ATM card linked to this account, this account, and you cannot do transfers with this. You're required to go in person to withdraw the money, and only the money from Social Security can go into this account. Okay? Now, with that said, the reason for it is the Social Security Administration in the U.S. is the one that requires this, not the bank here. The bank has to comply with it in order to do it. But this is rules set up so that there's no fraud and your money's protected. Okay? So that seems like a problem to a lot of people. It's really not. The endorsement letter gets you that bank account no matter what. Even if you're on a tourist visa, some people have trouble getting a bank account here. If they're on tourist visa, it all depends on the banks. One bank will do it, even the same brand of bank will do it in one town, and the next town they won't, or just even down the road. This endorsement letter will definitely get you a bank account. Once you have that bank account, it's easy to open up another one. And what you do is you open up a regular peso account that has the ATM, it has the transfer, it has all the regular things that you normally would have with a bank account. So now the process is, they set this all up. It's all done ahead of time. I believe I had to give them $5 US in cash, or that's what I had was $5. They just needed a small amount to open the account. I happen to be carrying a $5 bill with me, just for fun to show people. Anyway, they set it up, and then when the direct deposits all start up, boom, it's all ready to go. Like I said, I also opened up my separate account. I believe I did that one later on. Okay. But anyway, now when you have to go in to the bank once your money starts coming in. And the process there is you go in, you fill out a small form for your foreign exchange because it's coming in dollars. Now, I think you can have it done in pesos, but I want it in dollars because I want to determine when I want the exchange to take place. When the exchange rates are high, that's when I want to go in and change my money, okay, because you can make a little bit off of it. Anyway, you do the exchange. It's usually done at the customer service desk, so you're sitting down, it's nice and comfortable, you're not standing in line. If you're retired, you don't stand in line here. Anyone over 60 goes to the front of the line. So, the people that say you got to wait 5 hours in line at a bank, I don't believe that. Anyway, I've never had to. So at the same time, they're going to pull up the exchange rate, the current one right then. They go on the computer, they put in the numbers, they put in the confirmation number for your actual exchange, and they give you that rate right there, okay? And while you're doing that, you just fill out your deposit slip and hand that to them for your regular account. And so you take back whatever cash you want at that time, and the rest of it goes in your regular bank account. No problem. Real simple, real easy, and without problems. And nobody I know has problems doing this. There's guys here that's been doing it for two decades. Never a problem. You'll never hear a problem on any of the Facebook groups about people that have their money direct deposited. The only problem you ever hear is all the people that say, oh, I had never had mine sent to a Philippine bank. But they don't know because they haven't done it. And you won't hear nothing about it being a problem. On the other hand, people that are doing money transfers, there's often, I won't say, but there's often a lot of discussion about problems with it, or problems with the exchange rate. Exchange rate sometimes can be quite a bit lower than what I will get at my bank. The bank, as a customer, you get a pretty good rate. Some do real well. Some have no problems. But you will see a lot of talk about people that move their money over. There's always a lot of discussion about it. So, like I said, it's not without problems. One thing that does come up, and this is a big one for people, is what if I'm sick? What if I'm in the hospital? They will send a rep out. You need to just know, talk to the bank manager, talk to the customer rep that you go in and see when you're doing your exchange. Make sure you have a number for them. Make sure you have their name and number. You call them up, they will come out to the hospital. They'll come out to your home with the papers. You sign them, fill them out. They take it back. They bring you back the receipts. You can check everything online. Boom, it's all done. A little tip. Wealthier Filipinos here do not wait in line at the bank to do banking. These people come out and do this for them. Okay, so it's no problem for them to come visit you when you're sick or in the hospital. So your wife, your girlfriend, some friend that you have, an acquaintance you have in town, whoever that knows that you're sick can contact the bank for you, and they will send somebody out, and they'll take care of it right there at your bedside. Okay, a lot of people have done it. No one's ever had a problem with it. Okay, so that problem is really not a problem. You can take care of it. Other details. That's pretty much it. It's really simple. I've had no problem. A year and a half now I've been drawing. Yeah, you do have to go in. You don't have to go in every month, though. I go in every 2, sometimes 3 months. I just let it accumulate, and then I go in. You don't have to. The only time that's difficult is at the beginning, but you really should have a little bit of backup money here to begin with. So you should be able to go, 2 months. So what? I go in for a half hour, maybe 40 minutes total. every 2 months. Even if I did it every 30 days, that's not that bad. So, like I said, there's pros and cons. That's the biggest con, is you have to go to the bank. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it. It's really not a big problem. It's pretty easy. So now you have the information. You can weigh it, see what works for you. After all, it really comes down to what you're comfortable with. But you need to know both sides of the picture. Okay, so think it over, carefully, and hopefully you can make the right choice, the one that works for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again on another video. Bye, everybody.